Hello everybody, this is Cheri at djsundry.blogspot.com, and today we are going to make a card using this beautiful set from close to my heart called Hawaiian Hibiscus. Now, I am not big on Hawaiian type flowers. It's just not something I have ever really gotten into. But when I saw this set, I knew that I really wanted it because I thought it would be beautiful for watercoloring. So what I'm going to do to start with is I'm going to show you how I'm going to set up the beginning of the card. Then I'm going to go off and do my watercoloring because that'll take a little bit of time, and then we'll come back and finish the card together. So the first thing that I have here is I have a piece of watercolor paper because I am going to be watercoloring. I want to have the watercolor paper ready to go, and I have cut that at 3 3/4 inches tall by 5 inches wide. So it will have a good 1/2 inch coming in from the sides of the card because I want my background paper to show as well. I'm going to take this Memento Tuxedo Black because this ink is really good for watercolors. It doesn't tend to smear as much as some can. Another good ink that I have found for doing watercolors with is the Archival Tuxedo Black, or Archival Black, can't remember. It's Archival Black ink that you can just get. I think it's made by Ranger, and it's an excellent ink as well. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I've inked up my stamp and I've got ink on my block, so I'm going to get that off so I don't get that on my watercolor paper. And I am going to kind of put it down, I think kind of down in this corner here, just like so. And let that come back up. Clean off my stamp. And now we're going to do the second part, and that's the leaf. But I want only part of the leaf, not the whole leaf. So what you see here and all these little cutout pieces, I have stamped them and cut them out to make a mask. And so I'm going to position the masked flower right over the top, and then I'm going to take my leaf and go over the masked flower because that will allow me to put part of the leaf but not the whole leaf. And so I've inked up my stamp, again wiping off my block, and then let's see, I think I'm going to put the leaf kind of off, maybe off to the side here, and it's going to go off the edge of my card, which I'm fine with. I'm going to just take that up, and that looks like a mess, but when you pull this up you can see that leaf going off the top. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go do my watercoloring, and when we come back we'll finish off the card. Okay, so I have used my watercolors and have my image all painted. I also stamped one of the smaller flowers from this set on the inside of the card, and also watercolored that in coordinating colors. So let's get the rest of this card finished up. So now I'm taking the word Mahalo, and I am going to stamp that. Now you'll notice from the beginning of the video that this is quite a bit smaller than it was. After I finished painting it and I put it on my background paper, which I'll show you in a minute, I looked at it and I decided I wanted this part to be smaller to bring the focus in a little bit, and also so that the eye could really enjoy the background paper that I'm using, and I'll show that to you in just a moment. So I am going to make sure my Mahalo is really inked up well, and that my stamp block is really not inked up well. Wipe that off. And we will stamp Mahalo, and I'm going to kind of move it in over the flower just like so, and there we have our Mahalo. So let's clean off the stamp because I don't want that black to stay on there permanently, and then we will start assembling the card. So I'll just set that aside. Now I have a white daisy card base here, and then this paper is from the beautiful Close to My Heart paper pack that is exclusive for May, and it is called Happy Times, and this you can actually get free with a $60 purchase, and it is so fun and full of summertime magic that I just really like it, and it's perfect for this stamp set as well. And if you watched my last one, you were aware that my ATG and I are kind of having some issues together. So let me see. I'm going to just grab another tape. I have some new ATG refills, and I'm kind of having some problems with this one. Sometimes that happens with a new refill. That's okay. We've got a backup plan. So here we go. I've got more tape here. This is just a Tombow mono tape runner that I really like. For ease of use, it's great. It's a great tape runner. Now I want the darker on the bottom of this card base, and this I just barely cut so you can just see a tiny bit of white. So in a card base that's 5.5 by 4 1/4, I cut this at 5 3/8 by 4 1/8 so that there's just a tiny bit of white. Now, when I put my image on here, I definitely want to be sure to have plenty of adhesive, because sometimes with a watercolor image, and as is happening on this, the paper can tend to warp just a little bit, and so I want to be sure that my image stays down on my card. So we are just going to center that right in the middle and make sure that we're down here. Now I have these sequins that I had, and this is from an old coral reef. These are no longer available, but they were a great color to go with my colors that I chose for the card. So I just kind of want to look and see, do I want some of these? I think I might. Let's see. Let's take this one, and I'm not putting any kind of pressure on them right now because I want to have the ability to move them where I want them by playing with them. That one stuck to my little pick there. There we go. I actually kind of like it just like that. I'm kind of making a triangle here, but I think I'm going to put another one right up into that corner to kind of form that other triangle. I think so. So there we have our card, a nice little thank you note for someone that I needed to send a thank you note to. So thanks so much for stopping by today. I encourage you to get out your stamps and your watercolors and play, and mahalo. Have a great day. Bye.